Prime Minister's questions today was just that little bit awkward because neither Jeremy Corbyn nor Theresa May wanted to have a public confrontation ahead of their private talks this afternoon to try and break the Brexit deadlock. And that's why when Jeremy Corbyn asked his 6 questions of the Prime Minister, it was all about poverty, food banks and pensioners.
Can she explain why, by the government's own official figures, poverty has risen for all ages under her administration? Will the Prime Minister, at the least today, halt the rollout of universal credit and agree to a thorough review of it? Why is the Prime Minister pressing ahead with cuts to pension credit for couples where one is of pension age and the other is not? At the last general election, the government alarmed older people by pledging to scrap the triple lock and the means-tested winter fuel allowance. Can the Prime Minister give an unequivocal commitment? This is no longer government policy and it won't be in the next Tory manifesto. Will the government take responsibility and guarantee free TV licences for the over 75s? So yes, let's work to try and resolve the Brexit deadlock. But, Mr. Speaker, unless this government tackles insecure work, low pay, rising pensioner poverty, her government will be marked down for what it is, a failure in the eyes of the people of this country.
It was then the turn of the SNP leader in Westminster, Ian Blackford, to have a go at Theresa May. He wanted to know why he had been excluded from the talks. Why wasn't he there when Jeremy Corbyn got the chance to try and thrash out a deal with Theresa May? The only problem for Ian Blackford was that Theresa May had agreed to meet Nicola Sturgeon. Clearly, he hadn't got the memo.
Why does the Prime Minister continue to ignore Scotland's voices? Why she has restricted herself to inviting the Leader of the Opposition? Why has she not invited the Scottish Government and the Welsh Government into formal talks? Why is it that Scotland's voices are being ignored by this Prime Minister and this Government?
Prime Minister! Honourable gentleman, I'm actually meeting the First Minister of Scotland later today and we'll be talking with her about the event of Scotland.
But it was after those main exchanges between the party leaders and Theresa May that we got the real fireworks, as Tory MP after Tory MP tore into Theresa May's plan to get her Brexit deal through the House of Commons on the back of Labour votes. The first zinger came from David Jones, the former Brexit minister.
Does it remain the position of the Prime Minister that the Leader of the Opposition is not fit to govern?
Theresa May looked much more relaxed last week, as she'd clearly made up her mind not to continue as Prime Minister into the next phase of Brexit negotiations. She only told the 1922 committee of that decision a few hours later. But this week it was very different, as another MP had a go at her plan to sign up to a customs union with Jeremy Corbyn. Step forward, Lee Rowley.
Last week in this chamber, the Prime Minister said the biggest threat to our standing in the world, to our defence and to our economy is the Leader of the Opposition. In her judgment, what now qualifies him for involvement in Brexit?
Prime Minister's questions is so often the centrepiece of the political week, but actually this time around all the action is taking place behind closed doors as the Prime Minister meets with the Labour leader. The trick for Theresa May, and it's almost impossible to pull off, is to secure a deal with Mr Corbyn and keep her party together at the same time.